Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. So today I'm trying out these crazy diamond shaped dual forms, which were really pretty and really fun to try. So if you want to see how the nails actually turned out in the end, then definitely keep on watching. So the dual forms that I'm using today are from AliExpress. However, I did look on Amazon and you can find them. And these have like a diamond cut out in the inside so that when you apply the polygel and cure it, so the surface is kind of like this diamond effect. And I thought this was really cool and I haven't seen anyone try it yet. So I'm going to start off by grabbing my metal cuticle pusher and I'm just pushing back my cuticles. I am doing my non-dominant hand today, so excuse me if I'm a little bit slower. And I'm just taking my flat end and just pushing up my cuticles as much as I can. Usually my cuticles are quite hard to push up, so I do need to apply a little bit extra force. The orange wood stick doesn't do much for me just because my cuticles are kind of on the dry side, and so I feel like using a metal cuticle pusher just helps me to get it up a little bit better. So I'm then going in with my diamond flame bit, and this is really gentle on natural nails, so I love using this. I've also been trying to do my nail prep a little bit thoroughly instead of kind of rushing it, so I'm just gonna kind of go through what I'm doing. I'm just pushing back the cuticles. That's basically what you want to aim for. You also want to take this time to just clean the nail plate where you're pushing back all that skin, just so that it's easier to cut off later on. So that's basically kind of what you want to aim for, and just make sure that you're taking your time when doing this. Do not apply too much pressure to your natural nails. And once you're happy with one side, I'm going to switch the mode of the drill to the reverse side, and I'm going to go in the opposite direction, cleaning the other half of the cuticle. And once I'm done, I'm then going to grab some sharp pair of cuticle cutters. You can also use cuticle scissors, and you can use this to kind of cut away all of that loose dead skin. Now be careful when you're doing this because you definitely do not want to cut your live skin. You just want to cut away the dead skin, which is going to be the dry, hard skin. And this might be a bit hard to see, but it's basically the skin that kind of has lifted / looks a bit whitish / yellowish, I guess. That's kind of what you want to aim to clip away. And what I like to do is actually press really lightly before I kind of cut the skin off to see if it hurts. And if it hurts, it's probably not a good idea to cut that skin, and you should probably leave it until it grows out further. So if you are not sure what parts to cut, then definitely use a much lighter hand and only cut what doesn't hurt. So this next step is really important when working with gel products. You want to make sure that your nails are kind of dry and have a bit of a rough surface, because if the nails are too kind of slick and shiny, they will just not adhere to the gel. So I'm taking a very soft buffer. This is a 180 grit buffer from Glow Tips. As you can see, it makes all the difference by just slightly buffing that nail surface. Don't worry about the scratches. If your nail buffer is very gentle and soft, it won't really cause any damage to your natural nails. However, over buffing can definitely make the nails thinner. So just bear that in mind when you're buffing, and just try to be very gentle when doing this. Then I just like to grab my 180 grit hand side of the file, and I like to just kind of clean up my free edge. My free edge was pretty good today, but I like to do this because I like to ensure that the nail grows out nice and even. And this part is optional, but you can also use a dehydrator to kind of really strip the nail of any oils or just anything that you might have touched whilst doing your nails. So for the sake of today's video, I am using a peel off base coat. I'm quickly just showing you how I do that. I just apply oil and 2 layers of top coat, and I cure between each one. So now for the fun part, I'm gonna go ahead and size up my dual forms. You wanna make sure this fits from sidewall to sidewall, and I'm using these nail stands to kind of prop them up. This is gonna make it so much easier to apply this polygel. This is Boba from Makat, and I really love it. It's one of their really dark polygels. It's basically supposed to be like this really nice black. However, I do feel this is a bit sheer, especially for this video, which is kind of good because you want the light to penetrate through the whole gel product so that it cures it evenly. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a really small amount to the dual form. I really wasn't sure how much to add. So for the first nail, I did apply less than what I thought I needed, and then I actually went in with a second bead about halfway down the nail, just kind of making sure I'm pushing the product up to the sidewalls and all the way down to the free edge. And here is that second bead. I'm just going to try my best to blend it, and I am using my 70% alcohol as my stip solution. You could also use base coat. This is completely optional, but for the most part I was just really excited to see how this would look. I'm not gonna lie, I was rushing a little bit just because I wanted to see how this would look on the nail. So I did end up making the nail a little bit thinner than I should have, but I will show you how to correct that afterwards. So here I am just applying it. These dual forms were a little bit harder to apply. I feel like because of their shape, I did have to push down a little bit more, and I did have to use a much firmer hand. However, they did stay on and they definitely did look correct when placed on the nail. So once I was happy with that, I'm just trying my best to kind of get it as flat as I can first of all, but once I was happy with that, I then cured that for a good 60 seconds, and here's what it looks like. And that's what it looks like from the side. And now I'm just gonna pop it off, and oh my god, it was so pretty. I couldn't believe my eyes because I've actually never tried anything like this. I thought this was really cool and very different. I really felt like I should have added a bit more polygel to the underside, which is what I was talking about before. If you make your nails too thin and use a very dark polygel, you can always go in with a little extra underneath. This isn't going to affect the quality of the nails. It's just going to make sure that it's a little bit more opaque and an even color throughout. So that's what I did, and I cured that for 60 seconds. So once I was happy with my first kind of trial nail, I then went in with the second dual form, and I decided to just do them all in one go. So I just kind of did all the dual forms, applied all the polygel, and then applied them in the end all in one go, just because these dual forms were a little bit tricky to apply and I kept getting gel on my gloves, as you can see. So I didn't want to kind of faff around and just waste a little bit of time doing that, so I just decided to do it all in the end, and I'm definitely happy I did because it was a little bit hard to put on for sure. However, I feel like this is something that's going to take a little bit of practice, but honestly so worth it, because even looking at the nails now, they look really cool, and the effect on them definitely is an eye catcher for me anyways. So again, just applying that, and the more I did this, the easier it got for sure. I was definitely able to get a good amount of product in the dual form every time. However, in the end, I did decide that it was best to just apply less and go in and apply that little extra bit to the underside after they're cured, just because this polygel is really dark, and if you apply a layer too thick, it's actually not going to be able to cure, and if it doesn't cure, it will kind of stay wet and it will ruin that kind of beautiful diamond effect that we have on top. So for this last nail, I did accidentally apply way too much. This is the pinky nail, so it does happen. So I just removed that and removed that extra product and then reapplied, and it was completely good to go. I still did have a little bit of that gel squeezing out, so I did just grab my polygel brush and the 70% alcohol and just kind of cleaned up where I needed to, and also on the underside a little bit. And once that was done, this is what the nails look like, you guys. Honestly, they look so cool and so unique. I've seen people try the mosaic nail tips, and I thought that was pretty cool as well. So if you guys want me to try that or try anything that you guys want to see, then definitely leave it in the comment section down below. And whilst you're at it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of these dual forms. I think they're awesome and they definitely can be used in many different ways. I was definitely having a lot of fun with these, and I just wanted to kind of file them up and kind of start decorating them in a way that would help to bring out this beautiful surface. So for my filing, again, just using my 180 grit hand file, going along the side walls and pretty much just the cuticle area. I was trying really hard not to touch the surface. For the most part, I didn't need to, apart from that cuticle area. So once that was done, I did do a bit of trial and error, and I did find that the best way to go forward was with this chrome powder or any kind of iridescent powder that you have. And the reason why this is because these powders usually have a lot of like reflective pigments in them, and especially on a dark background, it really helps to show up that nice surface. So this was actually perfect for this nail, and as you can see, the diamond kind of surface definitely stands out so good. And I was really happy I had these powders on hand, because I feel like these nails would not have been complete without it. However, I didn't use a top coat. One thing I would like to mention is don't apply too many layers of gel after you have removed the dual form. Here is an example of me doing a nail with top coat. So I did a no wipe top coat, cured for 10 seconds so that it's tacky, and I applied the powder, and I did love it and I did keep it. However, I did feel like it took away from the kind of surface, the diamond surface, a little bit. So try not to apply a thick layer of top coat or any kind of gel layers at all. I would just apply a really thin layer of top coat and leave it as it is, but I did want to bring out some of that beautiful diamond surface with a little bit of this powder. So then I'm going in with another layer of top coat, again very thin on these nails because they already have a layer of top coat on them. And just before I cure, I thought I would just decorate them a little bit. Not that they need it, but I just thought I would add some pearls to this, and I absolutely loved that I did. I think it definitely kind of made the nails look a little bit more elegant, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my nail pearls. So I'm just applying this to the wet top coat. You can use some kind of thicker gel to put these on. However, I will be removing these, unfortunately. I wish I hadn't applied the peel off base, but I'm really excited to actually maybe even try these out again using like a different nail design combo or polygel color combo, so we'll see. So for the last step, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some cuticle oil. This is Makat Soy Cuticle Oil. I do have a discount code with them, which is Nails by Camin 15 for 15% off. And this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think. I think these nails are so cool and so different. I will be posting these up on Instagram and maybe a couple reels as well. So definitely don't forget to check me out on Instagram and follow me at Nails by Camin. I will have it linked in the description box down below. But here's what the nails look like from different angles. Yeah, absolutely love these. I think they look so cool, so different. Really excited to try these with different nail colors. And I feel like this black was definitely a very good color choice to help bring out this kind of cool surface. Here's what they look like under flash. Honestly, so cool, love them. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.